All right. Good evening, one and all. Welcome to this lovely meeting today after the first meeting on 19th Jan. That was about 70 years of service of Professor JGK. We had a lovely time. And here we are again in the online format. Today we have three beautiful reviews coming up from Usha Garu, Sandhya, and Sumana in order. First would be Usha Garu's book. So one will be a book, two will be movies. Usha Garu will be reviewing this book. I've not come across any contents of the book, so I would just go with the title of it. An illustrated book of bad arguments by Ali Almossawi. So over to you, Usha Garu.
Thank you. Is it possible to request the
Yes, please.
sharing facility? Yeah.
Yes.
I
I have
thought of making some PowerPoint slides, but I thought that the book is already in the form of several subheadings,
no problem.
so
I
it
have
might
already
serve the
allowed it.
purpose.
You can share anytime.
Yeah. So the book is actually freely downloadable.
Hmm.
So I would strongly recommend anyone that has got a bit of time. It's only like about um, 45 pages. There are some references, but really this is a must, I should say, for anyone who wants to make a logical conversation. Sorry, I'll start with the, so this is the title.
Yadara, can you make the screen bigger, like enlarge this screen?
Mine,
Yeah, your
uh, I
is it
think I am on
the best? Don't bother otherwise. This is good enough. Yeah.
yeah, this is the actual book slide.
Yeah.
So yeah, just occupied the entire screen.
Yeah, it is okay. Please go ahead.
Yeah, it's showing 2 pages, so that's why. Anyway, I don't expect anyone to read through all this, but really this is about logic that we use, and in fact, the bad logic that we use every day, and how we want to get over some um, point. I mean, how we want to get over an argument and win by hook or crook. So I would start with the saying here, the first principle is that you must not fool yourself, and you are the easiest person to fool. So maybe we'll come back to this later. So every subheading has got a picture there, and we can get the full meaning of that from the picture itself. So here there is a cow, and so experts agree that cow emissions are killing our planet. So, well, if we get rid of our cows, then we'll have to walk everywhere, and that would be terrible for morale. Therefore, cow emissions are not killing our planet. So, can we think of an argument that we come across at times? So, just keep this in mind as we go through. It will create opportunities for you to think that, oh, yeah, I know someone who makes such arguments. Or maybe sometimes, we ourselves might make it. And knowing these names of such, as the book said, this is a bad argument. Um, so knowing the names, then uh, in our daily conversations, when we just pause for a minute, then we can see sometimes how nastily we are arguing. And then we can take a step back and then really, really rectify ourselves with the correct logic. So here it is about the name strawman, intentionally caricaturing a person's argument with the aim of attacking the caricature rather than the actual argument. So this is the name strawman. సో మనకి తెలుసు కదా సో ఒక్కొక్కసారి టు విన్ ఓవర్ ద ఆర్గ్యుమెంట్ we just go into the personal abuse of the person with whom we are arguing rather than the point itself. So we attack the person rather than the point. So this is straw man. So appeal to irrelevant authority. So what is it saying? So here in the picture we can see peculiarly Professor Chim, the world's most distinguished living chemist, is often quoted about matters of fidelity. So here the professor is great in one sense, but the authority that is entrusted with is something else. So maybe I would just pass this. Equivocation. The queen told the curious little crane that she could have jam every other day, but never today, since today was not any other day. So that is, we are misusing the power of language and we make things ambiguous and try to win it, try to win our argument. సో ఇలాంటి మనకి ఎప్పుడు వస్తాయన్నది మనం ఒకసారి ఆలోచించుకోవచ్చు. False dilemma. So this is an argument that presents a set of two possible categories and assumes that everything in the scope of that which is being discussed must be an element of that set. So that is, దీనికి ఒక మంచి ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్పొచ్చు. Here it says, which part of the avocado would you like to try? Said the merchant. I want to try the middle bit, said the buyer, which seems to be missing. So I don't want to just expand too much on these. ఇక్కడ ఇంకొకటి ఉంది. This is about a man who bought a parrot from a store only to return it because it did not talk. So after several such visits, the store manager eventually says, "Oh, that's right. You wanted a parrot that talks. Please forgive me. I gave you the parrot that thinks." So ఎలా ఉందో చూసారు కదా ఇక్కడ. So it creates a false dilemma. That's what it is. This is a good one. At the end of every night and shortly before dawn, the beaver walks all the way to the top of the mountain and asks the sun to come out. Then the sun always does. So what is something that's very obvious, people try to put it as if it is because of their credit. So that's what it is. Okay, appeal to fear is too common for us because we sometimes use the fear and then we appeal to that sense of the other person to win over the argument. Hasty generalization. The name itself suggests that, for example, here in this picture, I have never seen food that is not circle shaped. All food is therefore definitely circle shaped. So this is also kind of what to say? ఎలాగంటే A implies B అలాంటి ఆర్గ్యుమెంట్ అనమాట. సో వాళ్ళు చూసిన దాన్ని బట్టి వాళ్ళ పెర్సెప్షన్. సో బికాస్ so this person's view is only about foods that are circle shaped. So that's what he generalizes, he or she. And on this side, they see a food that is only having straight edges. So appeal to ignorance, again, as the name suggests, look, it's a strange beam of light moving through the sky. I don't know what it is, so it must be aliens. visiting us from another planet. So that means this person is cashing on the ignorance of the other and then creating a story and then trying to convince the other. So that is what is called appeal to ignorance. So there are about 40 of these. I may not be able to finish all of them in the time span because I see that already 17 minutes finished. Yeah, this one, no true Scotsman. So here what it is about, a general claim may sometimes be made about a category of things. When faced with evidence challenging that claim, rather than accepting or rejecting the evidence, such an argument counters the challenge by arbitrarily redefining the criteria for membership into that category. So as is shown in this picture, so the entry says pigs only, but this gatekeeper puts a new rule. Sorry, the rule just changed. Only true pigs can come in. So that means to qualify it and then try to stop them because of some ulterior reason. Genetic fallacy is also very commonly used by in general situations. So as you see here, consider this argument. Of course, he supports the union workers on strike. He's after all from the same village. So that means, so an argument is created saying that the person who is supporting the workers is supporting because he's from the same village. So rather than focusing on the point, the emphasis the uh, went on to the condition that he actually belongs there. So this is I mean every one of these is incorrect, and these incorrect type of arguments are very rampantly used in daily life to um, to win various situations and to get it in our own way. So that's the point here. So here, with all due respect, Your Highness, how can we entertain the ideas of a dog who developed his ideas while on the street? So now this person is arguing not about the idea, but about the characteristics of the dog. So since the dog is always on the street, so that means the ideas are not very credible. So that's how he's putting his point. So as I said, I don't know how much time is left, Radhika.
We do have time, Monday. We have.
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
can
Because
just perhaps give you a hint for before
please,
2-3 minutes
yeah,
before.
please, yeah. I just want to just touch upon everyone, and
Sure, sure.
then actually I want to ask our friends to think of, or maybe to give an example of a situation that they have faced. I mean, not any personal detail, but just something. For example, ఒక్కొక్కసారి మనకి ఒకళ్ళు ఎవరో మంచి ఆర్గ్యుమెంట్ ఏదో చెప్పి చేస్తుంటే వాళ్ళు పొట్టాడు చెప్పావులే కూర్చో అంటారు. అంటే అక్కడ ఆర్గ్యుమెంట్ మీద కాదు, ఆ మనిషి క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్ మీదకి లేకపోతే పర్సనల్ ట్రైట్స్ మీదకి ఫోకస్ చేసి వాళ్ళని డీమీన్ చేయడం అనమాట. సో దట్ మీన్స్ దిస్ పర్సన్ గెట్స్ హ్యూమిలియేటెడ్ ఆర్ వాట్ ఎవర్, అండ్ దెన్ suddenly the focus has changed to something else, and the rest of the people sometimes out of respect or fear of something, they won't talk. So arguments end like that. So this appeal to fear is there in many situations, especially in workplaces. Appeal to fear is very highly prevalent, because when the boss says something, then obviously when he has a bigger voice, then the employees in general would actually agree to that argument, however senseless it is. So appeal to fear is what we face almost in daily life. And here, guilt by association. So my opponent believes that we should spend more on education. Do you know who else thinks that? The dictator himself. So that means uh, discrediting an argument for proposing an idea that is shared by some socially demonized individual or group. So that means they are not arguing about the idea, but actually they are associating it to something mean. So thereby the idea will be washed away. Now, this is actually another good one, and also this is very mathematically prevalent. So we have if A, then C. So that means uh, C is the consequence. So if A happens, then C will follow. So antecedent and consequent. So if water is boiling at sea level, then its temperature is at least 100 degrees centigrade. So this glass of water is boiling at sea level, hence its temperature is at least 100 degrees centigrade. So such an argument is valid in addition to being sound. So that means um, so A implies C, and if A happens, then C will follow. But now how this argument is twisted is that the C can happen. I think this example Professor JJK used to tell many times. Um, if it is raining, I will use the umbrella. And if I use the umbrella, that doesn't mean that it's raining, because I could be using the umbrella when it is hot sun also. So that's what affirming the consequent. Now appeal to hypocrisy. Why do you keep eating my porridge? So this person is asking. Then, how about I start listing all of your bad habits? So this is most common that we may find in our household things. So someone comments on the other about one bad habit, then the other one starts to list many more rather than addressing the comment directly. So that's how more and more filth will generate. Slippery slope. This is again a common argument that parents use.
We have 2 minutes, just a reminder.
Yeah. So I think I will end with this because slippery slope is really, really hilarious. So the student is actually doing something on the mobile phone. Then the teacher looks at him and he says, "Oh, he or she." She says, "Oh, today if I allow you to, she will ask why you are using mobile phone." He says, "Oh, I'm just checking because my mom called me." And he says, the teacher says, "Oh, today you say your mom called, and tomorrow you might be watching a movie. The next day you will be doing something more worse and something more worse." So that means the argument is about finding the ultimate bad thing that can happen by using that gadget. So this slippery slope is very common again, and so actually there are I think 10 more. I'll stop sharing, and at this stage I really want you to just respond to this book by sharing just one or two examples from your experience.
Thank you, Usha Garu.